Hey, welcome back to Shank's channel, and this is my another video where I would demonstrate how to automate what we have done so far. So far we have done a manual provisioning of AWS resources like EC2, VPC, S3 bucket. We have configured Jenkins as well on the EC2, and there were a lot we did, but that was all manual. So now today I'm gonna cover how to automate like EC2 provisioning, how to automate your database instance provisioning. So these are the things I'm gonna cover in this video. Hopefully you will enjoy it and you will get so much of learning after this. So there is a service in AWS called CloudFormation. Let's move on to that first, and then we'll let you know what we are going to do next. So here, this is the stack. If I hit create stack, what it says every stack is based on a template. A template is a JSON or YAML file that contains configuration information about the AWS resources you want to include in the stack. So it's nothing but a JSON or the YAML file where you would be defining few parameters, resources, what all you need to deploy. Means for if you are going to deploy EC2, for that you must have VPC setup in place. You must have within VPC subnet, internet gateway, net gateway, private subnet, public subnet. So I have created a script, the YAML script, that would basically create two instances in private subnets, right? But VPC, a few of the VPC components would be in public subnet, like internet gateway, net gateway. So these are the things that would be in private, sorry, public subnet. But your EC2 would be in private subnet. Your RDS would be in private subnet. When you work in an organization, you always keep your database or any kind of data, private, not public. So this template I have created. Let me go through that quickly. This is the test YAML that would show what all resources I have created here. So I'm going to maximize it. So it says I have two parameters. One is security group description. So it can be anything. If I remove it, it won't. It hardly matters, right? So I'll remove this, but you should not remove this only. You should keep this as a mandatory uh, parameter, right? And then resources. So parameters are just what you are going to give the input when you create this stack. You will get to know what I'm talking about. So resources are the resources or the AWS services that would be created what based on what you have defined here, right? What you properties you would be um, tagging it with. So VPC, we have cited block, we have DNS support, DNS host names as true, tags as in like what you should call it. So you can call in this VPC, you can call it this VPC as VPC one as a value in the tags, right? You can define few more things here, like what is the billing code for this VPC, what is the who is the technical owner of this VPC, who owns this resource, right? So that billing would be sent on the basis of those names. So we have so many things here. VPC segments components are here and defined. We have public route, we have private route, everything, subnet association that we have covered in the manual uh, EC2 and VPC provisioning. And then if I go at the bottom, so this instance is nothing but the Windows instance, Windows AMI. You can get this AMI image name from the Amazon Marketplace. When you uh, do the manual provisioning, you can get it from there. Just hit launch here. Let me show you. If I go here in the EC2 section, so if I go into the section of instances, so instances, let me click launch. Okay, and here, if I scroll a bit down, if I do Microsoft like Windows Server, I can choose any of the image. I think this is this one, 2019 AMI. This. So this is the image that we have copied, I believe. Let me check. It's ending with CA. Oh, this is not the one. So it is like one of them. I have copied it from here. I do remember this. It could be something else maybe, but I'm damn sure it was one of them, right? So likewise, you can copy it and use it for your purpose. So for now, I'm gonna go back to in this section, cloud formation. So I was like covering this section. So we have defined which security group it should choose. So this is nothing but to reference it should take as a part of configuration. So when it says exclamation ref EC2 security group, that means it should jump onto EC2 security group that we have created somewhere here. Let me. Oh, here it is, EC2 security group. So it would pick all of the configuration of the EC2 security group and attach it to the EC2 instance as a part of configuration and provisioning of EC2 instance. And this stack also creates application load balancer, target group, listeners, and listener is on basis of HTTP since we don't have SSL certificate for so far. So I'll cover this in later demonstrate sessions. So for this, for now, I have only covered application load balancer launching with the help of CloudFormation template. So let's make a use of it, and you can go through it. You can study about it on Amazon official articles, and some other articles are there in the in the internet. So if I hit create stack, since my template is ready, I upload it, I choose file, and I will use this file. If I hit next, it would ask me what stack name you would be giving. So I am gonna give CFN EC2 stack, right? Anything, but you should keep in mind of these below instructions. Okay, so these are the parameters I have. If you remember, I have mentioned in the very first section in the cloud formation template YAML file. So CFN stack is the key pair that I've already created. So yeah, this is something that I just forgot to mention. Before creating a stack, you should create one key pair in the console, right? And that key pair you should define in the file like this. Let me open it again. So you would defining the key pair like this. So when you would be creating EC2 instance, it would pick this key pair, right? So this is defined as a parameter. So nothing to inject anywhere. So you should not think about where to inject it. It is coming as a part of parameter. So you choose CFN stack. Security group description, again, it's not that mandatory, like I said. So let me say SG for EC2, security group for EC2. Okay, if I hit next, uh, these are the tags you can attach for to this stack. This won't be resources. This won't be like you whatever tag you define here. It would also be applicable to the resources that you would be creating. So this is very important and thing a feature to keep in mind. So you make a utilization of it. I am a role. I'm gonna skip it for now. It's although operational. So if I do get any failure, it would roll back all the stack resources. So if there is any resource provisioned, but like if you have a VPC created, but on the EC2 instance creation, it fails, the stack fails. So it would also roll back the changes, and your VPC would be deleted again, if even if it is a successful build. Okay, advanced options are there. You can go through it one by one. I'm not gonna use any of these for now. These are some optional configurations. Stack policy, you can attach policies or upload a file if you already have that policy in the file. You can have the monitoring enabled. CloudWatch stuff, you can dash notification. SNS topic is one of the services you can use. Stack creation options, what happens when it creation times goes beyond the mentioned time here, it would again fail. And then when you delete the stack, it won't be deleted if you enable this termination protection. So you should uh, I'm gonna keep it as disabled, but this is again something you can use in the enterprise level, so nobody can delete it accidentally. All right, I'm gonna disable it, keep it disabled for now, and move on to next. I'm gonna click submit. So here we go. So create in progress I get for the CFNEC stack. If I hit refresh here, see these are the resources. It's now being created, and few of them may have got the completion. Let me refresh again. So everything is in progress. See, internet gateway is created, net gateway elastic IP is created. That's one of the net gateway configuration. When you create net gateway, it assigns the EIP, elastic IP. That means the static public IP. Okay, so these are the resources now being created, and I'll keep refreshing it. But for now, I'll pause this video because it's gonna take some time, and once I have it completed, I'll again resume the video. All right, I'm back. So if you have seen that what we have created so far is, I mean, I think yeah, it's completed now. All right, so let's take a quick look if there is any error. If there is any error, then it would have not shown create complete. It would have shown something else. Rollback in progress and delete completed or rollback completed, something like that. It would show up. So you can check the status reason by doing the right scroll. Uh, so it's initiated and it's completed. See, there is no as such error, and this stack has been created. And let's move on to stack info. This is the stack ID that has been created, and let's say there is no drift because it has been successfully configured. These are the configurations that you have set at first place. We were in the event section, so let's move on to resources. So what all it has created, it's ALB load balancer, and it gateways are attached, VPC gateways, EC2 instance, security group are there, target group is created. So you find that the resources that you have defined in the YAML file has been created, right? Since we haven't defined any output, if you want, you can define any output, like what you would like to get as an output, because it contains two EC2 instances. So you may expect some EC2 details like EC2 IPs, EC2 subnet names. You can expect, so you can define it in the very last section here in the, if I go again on this file and scroll all the way to bottom. So after this, you can define like you define resources, you can define output, and you can mention what you would like to get. So I'm not gonna cover this for now. I'll cover this in my next video. Output, how you can make a use of it. um, so parameters is something that you defined in the initial section of the template of the YAML file, I mean. So key name and the security group description, and these are the same parameter you got when you were creating the EC2 instance, right? Okay, template is exactly the same what we used. So it would show up, these stack is created on the basis of this template, whatever is there. it, AWS CloudFormation has created it for you. Change sets, stack sets, I will cover this in my coming videos. So this is the basic EC2 provisioning, but you know what? We should verify before we complete and stop this session. So let me go into EC2 instance. Let me go into EC2 instance here. See, these are the two instances. What else we have created? We have created load balancer. Let's move on to load balancer. This is the load balancer created as a part of CloudFormation. See, its DNS name also shows up as CFN, like CloudFormation. So this is the CloudFormation template. And so the reason why we created two EC2 instance, because we had to use a load balancer, and along with this we had to use two availability zones for both public and private subnets. Okay, so one EC2 is in different uh, subnet, and another EC2 is in different subnet, right? Target group is one of the load balancer, uh, uh, I would say, component. And if you go to the target, it would show up same EC2 instances registered as a target, shows unhealthy, and it would check the health on basis of what we have configured here. So it would check three consecutive health check. If three consecutive checks are failed, it would show up unhealthy. If any of the one passes, it would show up. I'm sorry. If number of consecutive health checks successes, it would show as healthy threshold. And number here is five. So five times it has to be success health check. So and the interval time is like 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, it does the another health check. So likewise, it does five health checks, and then it shows healthy. And between those health checks, there is a timeout. uh, uh, so how it identifies when to give the status, whether it is failed or succeeded. It is on basis of 15 seconds. It tries to wait, and then it gives the status. So we have covered EC2 instance we have created. Let's see what we have in the VPC. So your VPC, we have one by default, it was there, but we have created this one, right? The CIDR we have defined is also there, right? Route tables. This is a private and public route table, two subnets within the two subnets, or I would say for the two subnets that we have created. Subnets, there must be two subnet for private, two subnet for public. See, private one, private two, public one, public two, and internet gateways to have the internet connectivity. And there must be one another net gateway for getting the access to the EC2 instance, getting the connectivity, internet connectivity for EC2 instance, because EC2 instance is, preferably considered to be deployed in the private subnet. Okay, so this is again same what we have done manually, but this time we have done automation for provisioning of these resources. So I'll come up with another video where I would demonstrate how to do uh, the same for RDS, one of the AWS services, like relational database, right? Managed relational database service. So how to launch it uh, in an automation way, in an automated way, I would say. Okay, thank you so much for watching.